Let's say you get a call about a job. That's great. And as you're talking to that potential client, you start to pick up little clues, and slowly but surely your dreams about, great lighting, a big crew, excellent locations, and possibly a great portfolio piece, it all goes out the window as you realize this client doesn't have a budget for any of that. So for me, I'm always really protective about putting my work out there. I don't want to put something out there that doesn't look great, because there's always going to be those people that's the only thing they see that I've ever done. And if it's trash, well, in their mind, that's what I am. I'm somebody that produces work at this level, or in my opinion, work that I would consider to be not acceptable. So what I've done to combat this is I went out and I found a couple of lights that did what the big soft boxes do, but in a small, easy to move package. They don't got to plug into the wall. I can just run them on batteries, move them around. And when I need to grab a quick interview from somebody, I can actually make it look, like something that was properly lit. Not the lights on the camera, not the deer in the headlights look, none of that. Now the key part of the setup is just this circular LED light panel. It's not quite as big a source as a light dome, but the benefit is that you can just pull it out, set it up on a stand, and you can put it almost anywhere, even right up against a wall, because it's so flat. And like a light dome, it still gives really nice reflections in the eyes of your subject because of its circular shape. The only other light is a small hard source that I use as a hair light or a kicker, just something to separate them from the background. This setup really comes in handy at weddings because in the fast-paced world of wedding filmmaking, there's just not time to do anything more elaborate than this. And since you already have them set up, you can use them for other things like this ring shot or the dress, and the hair and makeup people always love good lighting also, so there you go. But of course, buying these lights, or any other piece of gear for that matter, isn't going to make you a better filmmaker. You could give these 2 cheap lights to Roger Deakins and he'd make a masterpiece. Meanwhile, you give $1 million worth of lighting to your crazy uncle and, well, you're going to get crap. Unless, of course, your uncle is Roger Deakins, in which case, lucky you. Now, I already made a video talking about how to get the most out of your interview setups, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. For this video, though, I'll just point out a few basics. For one, I never place any of the subjects up against the wall. Instead, I place them so that I'm shooting diagonally along the wall for the most depth in the shot. After that, I just take my lighting cues from what the lighting in the room's already doing. We've got a row of windows on the left side, and when we sat her down, we noticed that it was really just lighting up the side of her face, so we wanted to wrap that around the front just a little bit, so I placed my light on the same side, coming from the same direction as those windows, just pulled a little bit more around in front to just continue that window lighting around the face. But not too much though. We still wanted the side of her face that's away from the windows to have some shadow on it, because it just wouldn't make any sense for that side to have a bunch of light on it when the windows are, on the other side. In this example, it's the same thing. You can tell by the wall behind him that there's some kind of bright light source over to the right. In this case, it was a big barn door that let a lot of light in. However, if we didn't place any lights, the whole front of his face would be in shadow. So we did the same thing. We just used the little light panel to wrap that light around and just continue that direction of light around the face. And we still get a light side and we get a shadow side of the face. And, we just get a lot of depth out of the shot. And for that second hard source light, again, we just place that kind of behind, just a glancing blow either off the hair or the shoulder or the side of the face to give it a little extra shape, a little extra separation from the background. And then sometimes we'll move it right around the back and crank the power to emphasize things like hairspray. It's a pretty cool effect. Now at this point in the video, you've probably realized that I haven't told you where to buy these lights or even what they're called. That's because I'm not here to sell you products. I'm not here to sell you lights. I'm not really here to sell you anything. I'd rather help you gain the knowledge for yourself as to what kind of light you're going to need in any given situation. To know when and where to place a soft source to help wrap a window light, or when you need a hard light source for like background separation or hair light. Once you know what you need and you know how to use it, you'll be able to go on Amazon or B&H and, figure out what light you need and type this stuff in. 4 or 5 manufacturers all make lights just exactly like these, and you can evaluate for yourself which one you want to buy. And YouTube right now is just filled with videos of guys telling you, hey, this is the best light, or I use this light, you got to get this light. And the truth is, these people were either sent these lights for free and or they were paid to say how much they like it and to influence you to buy those products. Which is why I think it's more important now than ever before that you are able to evaluate your needs as far as lighting goes, look at what's available, and make your own decision. And if you're truly just interested in knowing what this light's called, it's by a company called Falcon Eyes. If you go on Amazon and type in Falcon Eyes panel light, it'll come right up. There's a few different sizes. I think Neewer makes one also, and the hard source light is just an Aputure 60X, I think it's called. But truly, just go on Amazon and search this stuff up. There's a million manufacturers making, basically these exact same products, and they all pretty much work the same. So hopefully you found this video helpful. It's inspired you to streamline your processes for when you're doing your run and gun type stuff and making it look great. And if you've got anything to add, please put it below, because as I've said many times before, this is not a video made from the top of a mountain. I'm just a fellow climber like you, and if we stick together and we work hard, hopefully we'll see each other at the top.